lack of values-driven leadership, and among other things. But the problem with our anger is that often it means we don't get heard.
Yes.
And you spoke a lot about silence, and I want to bring you back to that. And we are in danger as angry women in particular of being smudged out. Now, you obviously found your voice somewhere along the way, and an incredible voice it is too, and we're very lucky to have it. But I've got to say, I was in the audience at the awards speech, and when you spoke, my mouth was on the ground. I felt so nervous for you. Your story is so hard for a lot of people to hear, and yet it's so critically important. What is your message to those who don't want to hear your story because it is too hard for them, it's too upsetting, it's too confronting? What do you say to them?
Do you know what's more confronting than hearing about it? Going through it. There's a lot of things in this world that are ugly and dark, but we have to remember that we're all human beings, and that ugliness and darkness is unfortunately important because it helps inform how we move into the light.
Can I just in the tradition of the Press Club ask a double barrel question here? Going back to your own voice, how did you find your voice? Again, because you spoke so much about silence. At what point, and I don't mean in the detail of your story, but what happened such that you found that strength within you?
Like I said in my speech, I'm very lucky in that I've always been surrounded by love. I've got a beautiful family and friends, and that's, you know, that unconditional love has been my strength and will always be my strength. But I suppose, found my voice out of anger as well. A very necessary anger that helped overcome my fear. 4 days before I reported this man to police. Now, I had been, up until this point, submissive and not really shown any resistance, because as a survivor you learn that showing resistance will only lead to more pain. I'd been silent, and then a sort of strange thing happened where my anger surpassed my fear and terror of this man, because I knew that I wasn't his first victim, and I have always been motivated by a want to protect other people and to help and to educate. And I realised that I had the potential to stop this thing in its tracks. And I confronted him in his office. The last words I ever spoke to him were, "I think you're a monster, and I hate you for what you have done to me, and for what you have done to my family, and for what you have done to your family." And then I reported him to police.
Thank you.